We have Coach Cash of the Sigma Lions here, and you can now ask your questions.
Hi, Coach. Mark Gleason here. I wanted to ask you how exciting this is, first of all, and what sort of approach are you going to have for this game against the Lions?
Hi there, Mark. Thank you for your question. Start off with the first part. Obviously, we are really excited. Opportunity to play against 23 test players. Opportunity to be the first game of the tour, to test yourself against international players. It's the first time since March last year that we're not playing a local team. So yeah, really excited about that. How are we going to approach it? There's a lot of guys that was involved in the previous time, and there's some guys that is not involved. So obviously it's a once in a career opportunity for us. I think it's logical to say that we're going to have a full go. If in a big game like this, if you're probably too conservative, or you don't have a brave mindset, you're probably in for hiding anyway. So I'll be honest to say that the guys are looking forward to it. They're really ready physically to go there. It's an opportunity for us to show not just ourselves in South Africa, but also the world, what we want to represent and what we stand for. And it's a massive honor for us to play the first game of the tour.
Thanks.
Cash, this game that you guys are playing, this opener, you mentioned the physicality. How important is it for you with your preparations for, playing in Europe in a couple of months' time? Because you guys aren't used to playing against these guys, and these are players that you will all be meeting in future tournaments.
Yeah, definitely, Morgan. Like I said, it's the first game in almost a year and a half that we're playing against overseas guys, and as you say, we're going to play against them within the next 6 months. So obviously the physicality will be massive. The collision should be nice and high and nice and aggressive, and it's important for us to start well there, whether it's set piece or whether it's attack and defense. I think the collision, especially that first 20-30 minutes, is going to be right up there, and I won't say it will determine the game from the onset, but I think the team that's going to stay there more consistently throughout the 80 should be better off for the result.
Cash, maybe you can just tell us a bit about your selections. First of all, what's happened to Courtnall Skossan? Is he injured or was he just not selected? And then secondly, your front row, just the reasoning behind that, maybe not starting with Kalu and Steve, as you normally do.
Yeah, Brendan, thank you. Unfortunately, there was a couple of guys that were COVID contacts, and through the COVID protocols and all that, missed the last 2-3 weeks. Courtnall, unfortunately, was one of them, and we just felt it's a week too soon with the kind of game we're expecting from them and the game we want to play. And then with the front rows, Nathan and PJ Bierke and Dreyer has built up some nice momentum the last 2 games. Steve's on his way back, also from a slight injury. Yaku's on his way back from COVID protocol as well. So as a combination, the majority of the games we've played the last year, Steve, Karlu, and Yaku started for us. So it's nice to have them coming off the bench.
Hi, Coach. It's Morgan. Can you just give us why Jordan Hendrickse instead of Fred? He must be quite excited and chuffed with his selection.
Yeah, I think he's exciting. It's a massive opportunity for someone like him. 20 years old, great talent. There's again back to the kind of game we played against the Bulls a couple of weeks ago. We're obviously expecting a test match like kicking game from them, and someone like Jordan just gives you that as well. He's got a massive right boot, organized the attack well. Not saying that Fred can't do it, but just having him back, probably if you need to kick that 60-meter penalty, he's the guy that can do it.
Cash, can I ask a question? It's Owen Slot here from the Times in London.
Hi there.
Hiya. A couple of questions. Obviously, this is the Lions, the British and Irish Lions' first game in South Africa. Does that give you an advantage or the possibility to effectively catch them cold? You know, they haven't this team hasn't played before.
I can answer both ways, Owen. I think to catch test players off guard, I think it's a difficult thing. But also understanding that they arrived Monday, they probably had about 2-3 sessions. There is a slide door that might be open there. But obviously, for that to happen and for us to try and capitalize there, the start, the first 20-30 minutes will be vital. They quality outfit, quality players. Their test caps average is probably higher than our age average. So we well aware of that. But is it a team that arrived this week playing at altitude? I mean, the reality is that it is. So yeah, we see it as a possible opportunity for us.
Okay, and just second question. I just don't know the answer to this. I know that the Springboks have been in a tight bubble themselves, but what sort of precautions does a side like yours have you been taking, and have the players been vaccinated? I just wonder if you could just tell me how you've had to manage that side of things.
Yeah, and thanks for the question. We have been vaccinated about 4 weeks ago. All of us. We've tested Saturday. We went into the bubble Monday. Tested Monday morning with isolation for 6 hours before we could enter into the bubble. We've tested this morning. We're testing tomorrow morning. It is quite a close shop in terms of hotel. No one out, no one in, kind of thing. So it's whatever we need to do to get to the game, be willing to do it. I think it's a massive opportunity, and we're just looking forward to it.
So how long have you all been in hotel life for?
Since Monday.
Oh, okay. And do you know, is that protocol mirrored by the other teams that the Lions will be playing as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And when you said vaccinated, is that 2 or 1? Do you know?
Johnson & Johnson's 1.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Any more questions, guys?
Yeah, Jan here. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jan.
Okay. I was just trying to find it out. I know it was earlier asked about the front row. Would a bit more experience not perhaps have helped against the quality of the team? Same at fly half. Are you comfortable with the younger players fronting up to this team?
Jan, I think if you compare age and caps, then yes, but also there's an element of game ready. There's an element of current form. There's an element of consistency for us as well. So I think if you take everything in contention, then you have to go with a team that has played the last 10 days, that has played well. The set piece against Western Province was functioning well. Also look at current training. Guys, look at the chronic load, the training load for the last month. So obviously it was a big decision. Someone like Yanni, someone like Yaku would have loved this opportunity. We just felt that going with the team we picked, there's consistency, and maybe they were just maybe the game was a week too early for some of the guys in the larger squad. But we're confident with the guys we chose in terms of putting bodies on the line and really willing to go hard for 80 minutes on Saturday.
And as a follow-up, you obviously have seen the Lions team was announced. Will you give us an insight into your thoughts around the team that you will be facing?
I think it's really interesting. The majority of the forward pack is the England forward pack. I think that in itself, they'll be looking to make a statement early in the tour, probably after the World Cup final. 19-15 Scotland. I think that we've all seen the way they play and the ambition and the attacking game. Two Welsh wingers, which is renowned for catching the ball in the air, working hard, nice and physical and quick. Owen Farrell will bring a great kicking game for them, plus physicality and attacking ability. And I think Harris is a great defender. So I think it's a nice combination between forwards and backs, and really being physical and also the ability to work hard. I think it's a nice mobile team, a team full of athletes that can move you side to side, and defensively should be good laterally as well.
Coach, I just want to go back to the youngness of the team. I mean, a lot of these guys, there's a possibility in 12 years' time they'll be playing against the Lions again. That's how young some of them are. What were the drills to get them mentally prepared, to get the maturity to a level that's acceptable, and also make sure that the decision making is going to be mature this week?
Yeah, Morgan, I think clarity and confidence is two things that can assist there. So if you give him five options, and this and that, and when they do this and that, sometimes, especially a little bit younger, it can pass the mind. So for us, it's really simple how we want to play. Obviously, through a lot of analysis, what we should expect from their side. So getting a lot of detail in terms of walkthrough video sessions, a lot of focus on what we must do in training sessions. And yes, they have got experience, but it's also opportunity for us to go man versus man. Like one of the guys said, yes, a lot of experience. It's also a human being, two legs, two arms. So we don't want to make it that simple, but I think for us it's simplicity and clarity.
Thanks, guys. Any more questions?
Yeah, quickly. Hi, everyone. I'm Stephen Yeh from Pereira Sports. First of all, a word on the loose cheer. I mean, 22 years old, towards Chachuka and Frankie Horn is captaining the side, and Sangweni also, very, very young. And then also, obviously going into the game as underdogs, which is a tag that the Lions have thrived off of the last sort of decade. How much for you is the performance more important than the result? Going out there and giving a really good account of the team in front of a very, very big, large global audience.
Yep, thanks. 6, 7, and 8. Sabu, Vince, Frankie is three workhorses, potential superstars in my opinion for SA Rugby in future to come. All three bring three very different things. I think it's a combination. They've showed that there's massive potential. And to the performance, for us, the outcome will come only if the performance is there. So it's massive for us to front up physically, for us as a team to bring the intensity, bring the intent, show the character that we have, and then the result will follow or not follow. So for us, it's a big game in the bigger picture of where we are. For us as a team, it's a game where we still want to grow and go forward, definitely.
Cash, can I ask one more question before we're done, please? From London again. I just wonder. Your team's obviously playing this match for yourselves as a team. But do you feel that you're kind of representing South Africa or South African rugby in a way? I mean, you're the first team to get a shot at the Lions. This is part of a big Test series against the Lions. Do you kind of feel that you've been elected to do round one, if you like?
Yeah, definitely. It's a Lions tour. Privileged to have the opportunity to play against them. First game for them in South Africa, and we're the first team to represent South Africa. So we definitely feel that it's the first game, the first round, as you've mentioned. And I think we had a good meeting with Jock Nobert and them yesterday, and as he said, we should get as a country, we should get confirmation or answers in terms of way of play, how they want to do things. So in the bigger scheme, definitely 80 minutes more to analyze on them, and to see where we are in certain aspects.
So was that Jacques talking to you, the Lions, or all the provincial sides who will play against the Lions together? Were you all sort of talking about a collective approach?
Yeah, knowing Jock and Rassi, I mean, their communication and all of that is awesome. So I know it will happen with everyone, but there was Jock and myself just going through what to expect, how we want to go about it. What have he seen? A bit of IP.
Okay, love it. Thank you very much indeed. That's really interesting.
Andrew, did you have a question?
Yeah, just kind of to follow up on that, if I may, Coach. How would you feel if Rassi or Jacques actually asked you to directly play in a certain way to try something out against the Lions to see if something would work? I mean, it is your game, but how much information can you provide for the national team?
Yeah, good question, Andrew. So for us, the Lions DNA is very important. But also, we are under no illusion that in whichever way we can assist the Springbok team or the national team, we're willing to go there. So if they want us to do a specific, whatever it is, specific exit or specific attacking play or specific thing in defense, we'll be more than willing to go there. Will we change the whole manner of how we approach the game? I think that'll be difficult to change everything in a week, but a specific aspect, we'll be more than happy to assist.
In terms of this game, what are you looking to get out of it? Because it's been, it's a very difficult game for you coming off the back of last season. What would you like to get out of this game?
I think the first obvious answer is a win. So if you take the win out of it, 23 guys standing up against test players, fighting for one another, seeing where we are in terms of systems, attack, defense, kicking, all of that. And as I said, as a proud South African, seeing physicality and seeing set piece dominance. Is it far-fetched against a test team? I think everyone, we don't know, to be honest. We are under no illusion what the challenge would be. I mean, that's by far the biggest game everyone here has played, apart from one or two guys in the group that has played Springboks. Yeah, opportunity for us to see where we are, opportunity for those players, which I'm confident there's a good couple in here that's definitely going to play Springboks within the next 4, 5, 6 years. So hopefully it's a springboard for them to see what international rugby is about, and one day look back at this game as a career defining moment.
You've spoken about the honour of being the first South African side to play the British and Irish Lions on this tour, but there must be a part of you that wouldn't have minded being the second team just so you could have had a look at the first game, though.
Yeah, it's not in our control. Like I say, in all honesty, we had 80 minutes to analyze against Japan. Would 160 minutes help a bit with analysis, probably? But also then they've settled in a week longer. They've had more time to train together. So we content with the first game. That's fine.
Thank you.
Cash, sorry, I keep on doing one more question. This is a really quick one, but just to follow up from what your conversation with Andrew just now, you said it kind of hypothetically that if Jacques Nienaber had asked you to try a certain play or a certain tactic or whatever, then you would be happy to do it for him. Are you saying that he has that there is something that you might be trying out, or I'm obviously not asking you to tell us what it is, but is there something like that, or is there not? Are there parts of your game that he's asked you to trial?
No, to be honest with you, no. We had a great discussion in terms of how we want to play against them, the opportunities that might present itself. We had a great discussion about what we can expect from them, from set pieces, the general attack, general defense, all of that. Was there a discussion of, because of this, try this, or we want to see this in the test match, try that? No, there haven't been.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Cheers.